talk a little bit about yesterday. How did Nama's activity go with the kids?
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What'd you guys do?
We did like a relay race, and we pretended like we were in the television book, like Sugar Caramel, and we like split into two teams. It was the Rakevitz Patty, the patty train, and
had
the
little train
Rakevitz
tickets,
Dahlia.
the cards that you scan.
Cute. So
Fantastic.
cute. It's so adorable. And then they did like a relay race, and we did like a potato sack race. And we did, what else did we do?
There's the food competition.
Yeah.
And then, what is the name of the Israeli?
The matkot,
Matkot.
right? Yeah, matkot.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the pickleball.
The paddle ball. Yeah.
Paddleball
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And then they also had an eating competition.
Yeah.
Which was adorable.
Let's see, we are at Tuesday, May 9th. Eli and Ethan, for those of you who don't know, are only going to be with us Mondays and Fridays for the rest of the year. So they'll be out today. And Nevo is out. Cute story. Last week he was out on Tuesday to do a visiting piano lesson and loved it so much that he is starting piano lessons. So it's a good reason for him to be out. I can't wait to see what happens with that. Today's snack, we're at the point where the closet is a little bit mishmash because we're getting to the end of the year and I'm a little hesitant to do a full restock. But I think today we'll do Cheez-Its, yogurt, and oranges. They can have as many oranges as they want, as usual. I think we can put the goodies out, and we have some carrots and tomatoes made up. I did not order more vegetables because it feels like we're a little overloaded right now, and they may be scaling back on that. So I'm just trying to be conscious of not wasting food. Today is a really big day. We're introducing Shavuot for the next 2 weeks, but it is also Lag Bomer, which began last night.
Yeah.
So Ruthie, you're going to be leading Zman today. So there are a couple of things, the usuals that we do, but of course, calling out Lag Bomer, the counting of the Omer, and a very brief introduction to Shavuot, which I think will more thoroughly cover in the Pe'ulot, which I'm going to let Patty explain. She's done a lot of legwork in advance. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're doing A1 and A2. Patty and Dahlia, I'd like to have you guys working with the littles today, and Patty will explain that. And Alan and Ruthie, I would love for you guys to put your heads together and work out the program for the middles and bigs. So Patty, tell us what you've got.
So the first one, it's adorable. You might have seen me punching all of these holes. I took care of like the heavy legwork that the little kids probably won't be able to do preemptively. So they will each get their bookmark that's pre-threaded so they don't have to do the hardest part. And it's essentially like lacing shoelaces. So we're all going, both groups, to watch the Ruth and Naomi video as an introduction. And then we're going to discuss like how time consuming it is. So since all of the assembly is complete, we'll have more time to talk about like the process of how tedious it is, because I think that's the main takeaway.
Yes.
Making sure that we know what the sticker says and that we make sure we have the learning goals met.
Exactly. And just so you know, the take-home sticker for this particular activity, so keep that in mind as you're developing the content today, is today at JKG, I learned about Ruth from the Bible. Guess what she spent all day in the fields picking? So there's the conversation starter for at home.
Oh, and this is helpful too for the learning goal for A, since these are both A activities. The littles are supposed to take that Ruth was brave to spend all day reaping the barley and wheat by herself. The middles are supposed to understand that the process of turning grain into flour takes a lot of physical and mental strength, which I think even the littles will be able to take away from.
Yeah.
And then the bigs is the mitzvah of gleaning is an ethical strength within our Jewish tradition, which I think will probably be later in the week that kind of depth.
For sure. And this is really a pretty cool activity. I would say you can start out inside in Cajol, but ultimately you're going to want to get them outside because they're going to be taking their wheat sheaves and they're going to be beating their pillowcases on the ground. I would recommend taking them out back and going to the area behind the deck where there's just the open grassy area towards the front of the building inside the gate. Exactly. And then they would have free reign to do whatever they want with those pillowcases. And please, please, please take lots of pictures of that.
You guys did this on purpose. That is
Yeah.
my last week, and it's rude.
Yeah.
Yes,
And-
Debbie's talking about A2. I didn't get to that.
Yeah, I
one.
was just
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is A1 for the lip.
That's A1. That's
And then Debbie's referring to A2, which they'll also start out with the same video. So we're gonna watch all of that together after Hebrew. The littles will break out into Sagol. And then the middles have their own video to continue. So we'll just still have the TV in there. And that explains the process of grinding the wheat and then the way that they beat it with the pillowcases. So they'll watch the video. We have wheat stalks that they're gonna break up and put in the pillowcases, and then we also have these teeny tiny baby mortar and pestles for them to hand grind some things to go into it as well.
And we also have a milk jug that you can pour the flour into so that they can fully understand how tedious the process is, because it's barely going to scratch the surface so they can see what their work does. And their takeaway sticker is, today at JKG, I made my own flour from stalks of wheat. Can we bake something with it for Shavuot? So, two really great activities to head off the topic. So really excited about it. I don't want to occupy too much of your time because I know you have some legwork to do. But just kind of looking ahead to the rest of this week. Thursday is Ruthie's last day. So let's just make this as meaningful as we can. I know the kids have their standardized testing that they're finishing up now, so there's that stress level. Plus the spring fever, the weather, it's not so sunny today, but it's warm. So just be ready for whatever comes our way. So let me know how I can support you. Have fun.
You know it.